Now it's time to pass!
Hey, what's up everyone, my name is 8-Bit Preston, and in today's video I'm going to be teaching you guys how you can make an endless card. Now on screen now is an example of an endless card I made last week, and if you don't know what an endless card is, it's basically a mush of 4 different images that you just fold open and it reveals a new one. So as you can see here, we have Goku transforming into Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 3 to Super Saiyan 4. I'm not happy with the presentation of this because it was kind of rushed. Anyways, what I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do is to make it, and I'll be providing an example by doing another Dragon Ball themed card. The card theme I've chosen is Broly from the movie Super Broly. I'm going to start by drawing his infant stage, to his adult stage, to Super, to Berserk Super. So what you're going to need to do is draw out a 10cm by 10cm square like this. Basically what this is going to be the foundation for the size of it. It can be bigger than 10cm if you want, but I advise 10cm because it's what I go with. I find it easiest. I'm just going to outline the box I've drawn with a pen so you can see it a little bit better. Before I continue, I would just like to say I apologise for the presentation of this video. As you can tell, my setup isn't suited for art, it's more suited for gaming, so the camera quality here is going to be a bit shitty, which I apologise for. But I do have a huge passion for art. I love art. It's something I want to do in my future. So I thought, why not start doing some art on the channel, because it might get big. I don't know. See what you guys like. But anyways, I'm just going to shut up a minute whilst I let you guys enjoy this speed drawing of Infant Broly. And just like that, we have the first side finished, which is going to be our front cover. Well, it's going to be mine anyway. So now that we have that one done, we can move on to doing the next one. And as you can see here, I did a rough sketch of it before I decided to do it in pen. I decided to do Infant Broly in pen first because I thought it'd be a lot easier, because you know there wasn't as much going on. But for the rest, I did them in rough sketches first, just to be on the safe side. So I'm going to fast forward this, and I'm going to fast forward the next couple as well, just so we can get down to the meat of, you know, the rest of the video. Okay, so all of my pen drawings have now been done, and depending on what you want to do with these, what you want to do with it, it's it's entirely up to you. You can leave it as pen, you can do it tonal, color. It's entirely up to you. It does not matter as long as the paper doesn't get torn or wet, basically. Because if it does, you're going to be in a little bit of trouble. So I've chosen to use colored pencils because that is my absolute favorite, favorite thing to use. It's just super satisfying, and I think it's just really fun. So I'm gonna let you guys sit through me colouring in these Broly's because why not? But I apologise that these colours look a little bit crappy on camera. It's just how my webcam is. It's a little bit dead. I'll be honest with you. And they're not the best coloured pencils in the world either. So don't expect much from them. They're simply just some artist pencils in a small box with all these different types of pencil, basically. So it's not Prismacolor or anything, it's just standard pencils. So this is it just goes to show that anyone can do this with any type of pencil. But I'm going to shut my mouth so you guys can see the colouring. Okay, so once you have everything coloured in and prepped, what you want to do is you want to take some scissors and you want to cut out your boxes, because you don't want to have to keep the boxes in the paper, obviously, because we're going to be using them. So just take some scissors, cut out the boxes, and I will see you when you have done that. Okay, so this is the most important part of the entire process, so you want to pay attention. So once you have finished making all the cards, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take the one that you're going to have on the front and you're going to measure it out. It doesn't matter if it's exactly 10 centimeters, which is it's supposed to be exactly 10, but it doesn't matter if it is, because you can just kind of work your way around that. But you want to measure out where the halfway point is and mark it at the top. And then on the left side of it, or the right side, whichever you prefer, measure down halfway and mark it halfway. And from that halfway point, you're going to want to draw a line, basically like a straight line going horizontal through the center of the paper like that. That's basically what you're going to want to do. And you need to do this on each paper, but not all of them are horizontal. So for example, once you have your horizontal line on this one, just put it to one side, and then you're going to take your second piece, and on the second piece you're going to do the same thing, but the line's going to be vertical instead. So measure 5 centimeters, or however long it's going to be. You're going to measure that along the top, you're going to mark it, and then you're going to draw a line straight down. Now if you don't manage to successfully draw a straight line for whatever reason, because I'll admit now, even despite me being an art student, I still can't draw straight lines with rulers if there aren't lines on the page, because I'm stupid. I'm genuinely stupid. So yeah, it can get a little bit like even those boxes that I drew, sometimes they aren't even straight lines, but if it's not, it doesn't matter because it'll all fit together anyway. But try and make the line as straight as possible. So once you have the vertical line on the second one, you want to move along to the third one. The third one is going to be horizontal like the first one was. So like how I did with my youth, Broly's youth, I did a horizontal line going across the page. You're going to want to do that with this one as well. And with the fourth piece, you're going to want to naturally do it the same as you did the second one, which is a vertical line. Alright, so once you have these lines drawn, you're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut through them. So you're going to have your boxes in, like as 2 separate strips of paper. This isn't going to make a lot of sense to you at the moment because obviously you don't know what's going to happen. But as you can see here, I'm going to cut through this line. So my first page is going to be in 2 separate pieces, and it's going to be the same for everything else.
The warmth we once shared will always be there, as magic lives on in our hearts. Shining star, give me strength from your light up above. Show me the way to be brave. My hands still hold on to hope that together we'll make it through. Shining star in the night, be my compass and guide. Take me to where I belong. The warmth we once shared, and our love will never fade. Shining star.
Now comes an extremely vital part in the whole thing, the assembly of the card. So what you're going to want to do with your first piece is you're going to need to fold, you're going to want to fold it basically. So as you can see here, I'm going to take my card and I'm going to fold it. So these end pieces I'm going to fold halfway across the paper. So I've marked a halfway line which I'm going to fold them towards, and I'm going to fold them on the opposite side as well, so we can get some flexibility from this card. And also, I didn't mention, but you're also going to want to fold it horizontally as well. So you're going to fold it in half, but not vertical ways like we're doing now. So like you can see with this piece here, you're going to fold it like that, so the outside where the drawing is sticks out when you fold it, and then do it on the inverse side and do the same with the side flaps. And once you've done that, we can move on to the gluing. Alright, so once that's been done and you're ready to glue, you're going to put your card together so it looks like the normal image would, and you're going to flip it upside down, but you're going to do it only to a certain degree. So I'm just going to obviously zoom in a little bit so you can see a bit better, and I'm going to use a pencil. Well, I do change to a pen, but I'm going to use it to mark where the glue is going to go. So on the top card, it's going to go in the top left and the top right corner, and what you're going to do with this is you're going to stick the second piece onto it. So So you're going to take the left side. If you're sticking on the left side first, glue the left side, take the left card and put it on top of it, flatten it down to make sure it doesn't come off, and then do the same with the other side. So you have like so you basically have like a little, I don't know what you call it, like a tassel of your second piece. Alright, once this has been glued down, you're going to want to basically just flip the card over. So on one side you're going to have this, which is, you know, your actual image, but once you have this, you're going to flip the card so you'll be able to see the top part of your first side, which I'm going to do in just a moment. And what you're going to want to do from there is take the other side of you know, the first piece that you folded recently, and you're going to take the, you're obviously going to keep it upright. So for me, Broly's head is going to be towards the top and the armor at the bottom, yeah, just like that. So what you're going to want to do is glue the top left and the top right corner of these, stick it down, and then you're done for this part. Sorry if instructions aren't very clear, I'm just doing my best to describe this the way I've done it. So you're going to turn it back over to the second piece, which is obviously a full piece. You're going to open it up and you're going to fold down the side so they match with the paper on the inside. So you're going to have two side pieces like that are long rectangles, and the inside you're going to have two type like square type things or like blockier rectangles, and you're going to do some more gluing here. So make sure before you glue the next piece down that this card is in a certain way. When you look at it, you're going to see the inside piece of your second side, and if that, you know, if you fold it back and it's upside down, you do not want to glue it. You want to just flip it around and you're all good. So you want to make sure when you fold it up open again, it's going to look like how it did before. So when you glue it, you're going to glue the entire top and the entire bottom. You're going to leave the middle parts, however, because if you don't leave the middle parts, you're not going to be able to fold the card open. If you want to as well, you can slightly pop out this middle part for a little bit more sturdiness, but that ultimately ended in mine being a little bit messy, which is quite unfortunate. But yeah, you want to get that done, and I will tell you what to do next. Alright, so everything's looking cool. You've now got your third piece stuck down and you're nearly finished. But this is where things get tricky, and even I had some trouble with this. So when you open it up, you're going to see on the inside that it's going to look basically identical to the previous one. And this is not what you want. If it is identical to the previous one, where you have two rectangles and then like two blockier things, but there's extra rectangles now like that, that is wrong. You do not want that. So what you need to do, which it took me a while to realise this, despite this being the fourth one I've made, you need to basically fold the card back to stage 1. And if you don't know what I mean, I'm going to show you now. You need to basically just defold the card. As you can see now, there are extra pieces. There are 2 extra squares on each side. This is what you want. If you don't get this, you know, it's not going to work. The card is not going to be able to fold open and loop endlessly. It's just going to rip if you try to open it. So please make sure that it looks like this. Otherwise, you're going to have to start all over again, which is what I had to do the first time I tried to make one of these. So once you've done that, you want to just put glue all over the entire thing and glue down your final piece. And don't make the mistake that I do in a second, which I'm obviously going to cut out so you guys don't make it. So make sure that the card isn't upside down. When you open the card, you should be like, when you open it, it will go to your first, it'll go back to your first image, and it will be the right way up. If it's not like this, please flip the card, because it will be wrong. And make sure as well that the line through the middle is going up, it's vertical, not horizontal, because if it's horizontal it's not going to work either with the way that you've cut your card, and so on and so forth. So make sure you don't make any of those silly mistakes, because it is very easy to mess up this part, and it's the most important part because it is the end, so please be careful. After you've stuck down your final pieces, make sure they're they're nice, make sure they're on, make sure they're sturdy, make sure they don't come off. Once you've done that, you are finished. Just turn to each page, flatten down any slight bumpy or rough edges, and as you can see here, we have our finished product. Obviously I'm just going to flatten it down a little bit more because it's a bit rough. So on the first page here we have our Broly in his youth, but I'm going to show you the rest through my iPhone camera because this webcam is just trash. So as you can see here, we've got Broly Youth, which goes to him in his adult form, to Super Saiyan, to Super Saiyan Berserk, and I'm going to loop that. So if you guys have found this video informative, please be sure to leave a like, it's greatly appreciated. I'll be sure to post more art in the future and more art tutorials if you guys want. I will definitely post more Dragon Ball art because I love Dragon Ball to death. It's one of my favourite franchises of all time, and I just love the art style behind it. So thank you all for watching. I hope you can use this, and if you do make something, please be sure to send it to me on Instagram. My Instagram is on screen now. You can follow me. I am open to all follows, and I appreciate every last bit. So thank you all for watching once again, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care and peace out.